I think it's going to be very difficult for them to put the shine back on Israel because the whole world has seen what Israel has done and has been doing for almost 3 years. Well, for 80 years, really, but in terms of this genocide and many more people were waking up to it, we're talking about since October 7th. And this hasn't stopped. The month of May was the bloodiest month in Gaza of the whole year. Israel killed 119 Palestinians in the month of May. This is supposed to be a ceasefire. Since the so-called ceasefire in Gaza began in October, Israel has killed 936 Palestinians there. Can you imagine if Palestinians had killed 936 Israelis or 96 Israelis or 9 Israelis during this so-called ceasefire, how much coverage there would be? We'd know all their names. No coverage of this. And that's not to mention Lebanon, where Israel is carrying out the same style of massacres every day. And so it's this situation where public opinion is increasing, in the United States in particular, but all over the world. But in the US, we have this historic shift where majority opinion is now negative towards Israel. We haven't seen that at least in the 30 years that I've been looking at these things. And among Democrats, it's 85, 90% negative views of Israel. But even on the right, we're seeing that. And we're seeing a debate about that. Should we embrace people like Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, when they're very critical of Israel, calling it out for genocide? There's people who saying, oh, well, we should, they're on the right wing and they have another agenda. My answer to that is I'm not going to criticize anybody who calls out Israeli genocide. Doesn't mean I agree with them on every single issue. But what am I going to say to them? Don't talk about the genocide? What that highlights to me
Right.
is why have so many so-called left liberal politicians or pundits left the space open to them? AOC is unhappy that she's repeatedly criticized Marjorie Taylor Greene for being insincere about criticizing the genocide in Gaza. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene has used much stronger language in calling out this genocide than AOC, and nobody is stopping AOC from using the same language. So my answer is, if you don't want to see Tucker Carlson or whoever else it is filling up this space and speaking out against the Israeli genocide, then you do it.